Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, Ravens great pass rusher Terrell Suggs bigs up and talks about Ravens new great Lamar Jackson. Look, guys, now, this is why I tell people you can't tell me nothing. Because I heard so many excuses when Lamar came on the team that, he needs Greg Roman and he really can't throw. And if we had a real quarterback, the Ravens right now would be okay. He don't make players better. He just had one good season. And to hear what Terrell Suggs, who had him as a rookie, not the MVP, but the rookie, had to say about this man, I just laughed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio and video of it, right? Because I believe on the Rich Eisen show. And we're going to break it down. And yeah, we're going to get all into it. So without further ado, let's get this party started. If you like content like this, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get this party started.
You were there when Lamar showed. That was your last year in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Was it obvious at the time?
No.
It was not.
Like, he was the most athletic guy there. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't, it was his first year. He hasn't had, all the quarterback and, kind of the NFL quarterback bravado right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? But that jump he made, I couldn't have called that. Like, he went from, not starting right off the bat, and then the next year being the league MVP, running the most games ever in team history. You know what I'm saying? He won 14 games. I was like, no, I did not see that. You know what I'm saying? So... But, yeah, he was always faster and more athletic than everybody else on the team.
But they made the move to him in your final year there.
It was just like...
What was that like?
It was it was nervous because, a lot of us we knew it was our last year. And then I'm like, we're going to go to a rookie quarterback? And it's like, we'll see. And... It wasn't just to a rookie quarterback. It was away from the guy that won the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was away from our Super Bowl guy. Yeah. So it was at first we was, as a defense, thinking all right, we can't let a team score more than 17 points. But no, he went in it. Once he got it, he never gave it back. Once he took the helm.
But at that point in time, you realized he has it. Did you see it?
You could see where he was going. Like I said, and the time he did it, that short window, I didn't see him making the jump for. You knew he eventually was gonna be all right. He eventually gonna come into his own, be the new version of Vic. You
see, I want to pause it right there. See what he said that he's supposed to come into his own, be the next Vic. That was the best that they thought he could even be. Mind you, Vic was never a lot of times people remember the highlights and the jaw-dropping plays, but Michael Vick was never an MVP, never won a Super Bowl. The most passing touchdowns he had this season, I think, is 30. And I'm not hating on Vic. I'm not. He's one of the greatest talents we've seen at quarterback. But I'm just putting things into perspective. They never thought he would even come close to that. And then we got, Vic running with Aaron Rodgers throwing production, which is absolutely crazy. But I'll let it continue.
I'm saying, but he didn't surpass that. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have 3 MVPs. He's supposed to have been an MVP last year, but, politics. Semantics. We're not going to get into that. But
now we going back. What did he say?
Last year. Going to be all right, he eventually going to come into his own, be the new version of Vic. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't surpass that. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have 3 MVPs. He's supposed to have been an MVP last year, but, politics, semantics. We're not going to get into that. But he was supposed to be MVP last year.
Yep.
So he would have had 3. You know what I'm saying? So 2-time MVP. I didn't think he was going to do that right as fast as he did.
You were there.
So guys, and I used to tell people, I'm like, bro, y'all not even seeing that he's not even scratching the surface. You're not understanding how good of a thrower he is. He's throwing the ball okay, but you're talking about him like he's like Joe Burrow or something like that. Now, there's no, people will be like, Joe Burrow so this and so that. He cannot throw the ball like Lamar Jackson. He can't. He cannot. All the different arm angles, getting out of trouble, flicking it, and just be able to flick it and it goes 70 yards down the field. He doesn't have that ability, that raw talent to do that. I'm sorry, he doesn't. That's facts. And we're not even talking about the running, the escapability, the draw-dropping plays, the playmaker that is Lamar Jackson. This is why I used to tell everybody, like, you know, I don't want to hear nothing from Raven fans or any fans bad-mouthing this guy, right? Because you don't know what you have until you lose it. And a lot of Raven fans are willing to lose that. Think about it. A lot of Raven fans are okay with turning over the reins to Tyler Huntley. And that's no hate to Tyler Huntley, like Tyler Huntley. But I'm being 100%. He's not Lamar. He's not even close to being Lamar. Raven fans are telling me Greg Roman was a necessity. Lamar going to be nothing without him. When we first got Tom Munkin, everyone expected Lamar's not going to do good, throwing the ball. I expect them not to be anything this year. Then all the way to an MVP. All the way to an MVP. Should have been back-to-back MVPs, which Suggs even pointed out, like, bro, semantics, like all of us. Like, and that's another thing even then. He didn't just break the mold and what you thought he could be. He blew it out of the water. He did what people didn't think was possible. Everyone's like, oh, you know, he's going to be good, but come on now, chill out. I mean, you acting like he's going to be like a... Imagine if back in 2018, somebody would have told you Lamar Jackson is going to throw 36 touchdowns. They'd have been like, yeah, no, he's not. Lead the league in passing touchdowns. Yeah, no, he's not. Throw for 40 touchdowns and throw for 4 interceptions. I remember the first time I said Lamar could throw for 40 and probably under 5 interceptions. People called me the biggest stand in the world. I'm like, bro, he's efficient. He throws nothing but touchdowns. And because he can run, he has a lot of escapability. So there's not many negative plays. People said I didn't know football. They said, this isn't Madden Nitro. I'm going to be real. That's why now it's like, bro, I don't want to hear it. Like, now y'all acting like, oh, he's so great. Even some of the Ravens media. Now it's, oh, you know, Lamar is so magnificent, so great. Y'all didn't want that man no more. Y'all wanted to move on to Tyler Huntley. Y'all said Tyler Huntley was a better thrower of the ball. Y'all said that Tua was a better quarterback than Lamar. Kyler Murray was a better quarterback than Lamar. Herbert was a better quarterback than Lamar. Lawrence was a better quarterback than Lamar. All of them were better quarterbacks than Lamar. Every single time. So I don't want to think that's where we're coming from. Shout outs to Suggs. Shout out to Suggs and being like, bro, he was him from jump. But he took a whole other step. Like when I was seeing him, that's what Suggs was saying. When I was seeing him, it was like, Vic. This guy is going to be Vic. And then he was like, Vic? How about Vic fused with Aaron Rodgers? And everyone said, now they're saying everything he does is cheating. He's not supposed to have a good receiving, like a great receiver, right? All-pro receiver. Why? Because that would be cheating, right? He can't have a great running game outside of him. So why? Because that would be cheating. Y'all notice that? You ever hear that with Lamar now? Everything that he has is good. That's cheating. Wow, he can't have that good of a weapon. That's cheating. Do you hear them say about Burrow getting all those weapons? You ever heard them call that cheating? Patrick Mahomes having the weapons that he used to have. You ever heard it called that cheating? When Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, and them, did they call that cheating? No. Kyler Murray got D-Hop in his prime. Did they call that cheating? No. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This is why I say we got to stand 10 toes down. We got the guy that can get us multiple Super Bowls. And whoever's thinking that's not, please go root for another team. I'm dead serious with you. Don't hate me. Don't get mad at the message. I'm just giving you the message. Real talk. Shout out to Suggs. Hall of Famer all the way. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Suggs? Do you think that he's 100% correct? Do you think Lamar is him, been him, and will end up at the end of the day as Timothy Johnson into the Hall of Fame and maybe top 2, top 3 quarterback of all time? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please. All right? But as always, that's episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank Thank you for watching, and we get down, we have fun, and we laugh, but everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please remember, guys, like, subscribe, the notification bell, leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out the Wonder Kid Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all topics of sports, break down sports culture, pop culture, a little bit of nostalgia trivia from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there, be squared. Also, shout out to everyone that has supported that channel. We're now over 1,000 subs. We are now monetized. Next stop, 10,000, but let's keep building, keep growing. We got a lot to do, guys. All right? Love you guys. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, any channel that I got, help out with equipment, new camera work, a better computer, laptop, everything else. Bottom of the screen, QR code to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show's not just signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.
Do not